Hey there. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions because I'm great at asking questions. Can I ask you, are you struggling to stand out in a noisy news feed? And are you doing everything your upline or your business partner is actually asking you to do, but you're struggling with engagement? Do these things sound familiar? Those two questions alone can make you feel like you have a lack of assistance and a lack of guidance. So today, what we're going to cover off is how to increase your social media engagement by avoiding these three things. My name is Connie Matthews and I help entrepreneurs and network marketers build the right framework and business that can give them back 99% of their day. What would you do with that? Just imagine. I am really going to get straight into it today, and we're going to start with our training. The very first thing that most people tend to overlook when they join up as a network marketer or an entrepreneur in an MLM business is the person that you've more than likely joined with has a lot of influence. And guess what? You don't have any influence, and that is something that we need to build towards. Your upline or your business partner may be actually asking you to do XYZ, and she or he are getting this particular result. You go do the same thing and you don't get the same result. That's a little bit congruent to what's going on over here, to what's going on with you. So what we really need to look at first up is building your influence and your credibility. That is the first thing that we need to be looking at. Now let me give you a couple of examples that will really nail it for you, and hopefully the penny will drop and you'll see exactly where I'm coming from. Now let's pretend for a moment you're walking down the street and you might be texting and you look up and you're standing next to Lady Gaga. And she says, "Hi, how are you going?" You would just be floored. And if she said, "Would you like to jump for me?" you would go, oh my gosh, how high would you like me to jump?" That's because she's got influence. Let's switch that around. You're walking down the street, you're texting, you look up, you're standing next to Lady Gaga, and you actually say to her, "Hi, how you going?" Now she may say hi, but that's more than likely where the conversation is going to end. She has influence, so you're ready to do whatever she's asked you to do. However, when it's the other way around and you don't have the influence and you ask someone to do something, you're not going to get that response. All right, let's go for scenario number 2. This one is me, and I do it all the time. I've got a 45-minute walk down to the letterbox. So I'll go down to the letterbox, and it's often filled with junk mail. I might flip through it. And then what happens is, as I walk past the rubbish bin, it all goes it just all gets chucked into the rubbish bin. I'm not interested, because to me, it's all blah, blah, blah. Now, if your posts are constantly looking and feeling like that, it's going to look like blah 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 to your audience. So you need to be very specific on how you put your posts together to gain interest and engagement. I absolutely love putting all of these training sessions together for you, and I know that people are getting value from them because I get lots and lots of messages from these training sessions. However, what I'd like you to do is hit that subscribe button right now so that you're notified every single time I do another training session. So let's actually have a look at a solution. Now, there are lots of formulas out there that you can follow regarding posting. I like to stick to the formula called FORM: family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. Now, the thing with social media, it's a lot like reality TV. Your audience actually want to get to know you, because people will buy from people. They do not buy products. They want to get to know, like, and trust you, and you do that through your posting. Again, I'm going to bring that back to, it's a little bit like reality TV. So let people into your world. Post about your family. Now, if you don't want to post about your children, that's fine. If you've got pets, I like to post about my pets. That's your option there. Occupation, let people know what it is that you do, how you do it, how you get up to what it is that you do. Recreation. Now, I love to go for walks along the beach because I'm just down the road from the beach. So I do tend to put a lot of images up on the beach. Motivation. What is it that keeps you motivated? How do you keep yourself going every single day? That's just one way of actually mixing up your formula on posting. Now, let's actually have a look at buyer psychology. I love this story because this is actually very, very true. Now, did you know that we are hardwired to say no? All you need to do is have a look at a little baby, and the first thing that they do is, and the first thing that comes out of their mouth is usually no. We are actually hardwired for that to come out first. Isn't that interesting? Now, how did that happen? So let me give you a little bit of a story. Back in caveman days, believe it or not, this is true. Back in caveman days, we had no communication skills. So we had to make a decision very quickly. Do we fight or do we flight? And that has been ingrained in our DNA. So if you are the network marketer that is constantly putting information up or posts up that go, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, guess what your audience is doing? They're going, no, 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 no. It's called pushback. So I'm going to bring you back to the formula form. People want to get to know, like, and trust you first, well and truly, before they go down the track of actually engaging in any purchasing of product. Now, let me share with you what that actually looks like. Let's just say you have gone on a blind date, and on that date, you've actually been asked or proposed, will you marry me? Now, would you do that? No, because there was no leading up to that relationship. So we need to take into consideration that you shouldn't be putting posts up there that go, bye, 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 because people are going to go, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you. So as you can see, that if you are the person that's out there pushing product constantly, the response you're more than likely going to get will be no, no, no. And that is really going to hurt. So why not take the time to build the relationship first, find out if there is an interest, and then go from there. Now, as you know, if you've been following me, I always, every single training that I give you also a downloadable freebie, which you can make your own, use it, and share that with your own community. So this freebie that's actually attached to this week's training is actually called Lou's Muffin Top Recipes. Now, this is another way that you can gain engagement, visibility, and credibility by offering things like downloadable freebies. Now, it may not look like this particular freebie is congruent with the training session, but in actual fact, it is. It's called Lou's the Muffin Top Recipes. Now, I've got to read it. 13 recipes that are guaranteed to take less than 30 minutes to make, give you all the energy, mental clarity, greater immune system you need to become a successful entrepreneur. Who doesn't want that? And lose weight without having to exercise like a Fruit Loop. Now, I actually did put this freebie together for my health and wellness peeps, but I decided to add this into today's training because your niche might be health and wellness, your niche might be skincare, your niche might be fitness. Whatever your niche is, find a way to put together freebies that you can give to your community that will build your credibility and gain more engagement. And by the way, When you download the freebie and you actually would like to go on the program, please don't hesitate to touch base with me, because I would be honoured to help you on that journey. When you take in that freebie, you'll notice that I've actually helped people lose anywhere between 5 to 25 kilos. Now, as an entrepreneur, one of the things that we really do need to take into consideration is that the way we look. Because when we look good, when we feel good, we truly are far more energized and we produce more. So take the time to have a look at that, and have a look at if there is a way that I might be able to help you in that area. Okay, so what have we actually covered off today? We have covered off how important it is to build your influence. How important it is not to be sitting in front of the camera going, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. So what does that actually look like really in the world? What we are looking at is two things that we don't do in network marketing. We don't give away the name of the company, and we don't actually try to sell product. What we're trying to do here is build influence. That's our number one goal. Then from there, we build visibility and credibility by offering our community content that is consumable. And last but not least, we need to be consistent with everything that we do. All right, so let's actually move on to question of the week. I've actually had a few people say to me, what's the future of network marketing? How's that going to go? Well, I've got to tell you, I don't know if you've ever taken the time to have a look at how many people are actually in network marketing, but you're going to find people like Robert Kiyosaki. He is a big one that absolutely loves network marketing. There are so many people involved in this industry. The beauty of this industry, and I want you to think about this if you're pursuing a career in this industry, there are no setup costs. You can get involved in a business like this for as little as $60 per year. There's no inventory. There are no staffing costs. There are no overheads with this particular business. So the future of the network marketing industry has grown, especially in the last 2 years. It's skyrocketed, and it's going to grow even further. You just need to do a little bit of research on that, and you'll find those answers yourself. But now, okay, so we have come to the end of this week's training. I would love to stay connected with you, and you can find me hanging out on LinkedIn and Facebook. You can email me, and of course YouTube. I will always answer your questions personally, but for today it's goodbye, and I'll see you next week for next week's training. Have a great week.